Hey guys, I recently did a video of my drugstore favorites, a full face, and so today I'm going to do a full face of my high-end favorites, and just to show you the comparison between the two. I have a lot more drugstore. This was actually a harder video to, decide which ones I was going to use, which products I was going to use, because I reach for drugstore quite a bit. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to use the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. I like it because it just kind of gives just a smooth base to start with. It doesn't really give like a matte or necessarily an opaque look to the eyes, but that's okay. That's fine with me. I am going to be using two eyeshadow palettes today. My eyeshadows, my favorites change, but I love the Natasha Denona formula, and the bronze palette is my favorite for like summer. I love that. I also wanted to dip into the Charlotte Tilbury, the Queen of Glow Luxury palette. This is just a little quad that has some nice glowy products in there. And just to set down everything and just give a nice base to blend off of. I used to do this all the time and I've kind of gotten out of the habit of it. But I want to dip into the Natasha Denona Peak palette, and I'm going to dip into this first like cream shade and just set all over the lid with this. So with that shade, I feel like I just have a nice even base to begin with. So I'm going to start with the Natasha Denona Bronze palette. I think I'm going to go into this first shade here of this, it's called Sundown. I can't read. So I'm just going to put that in the crease a little bit. So I got that laid down, and I think I'm going to go into this shade here called Suntan. And I want to just put that kind of in this outer portion here. Okay, so I got that in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to the Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm going to go into this deepest shade and just tap that here in this outer corner to deepen it up. So next I'm going to go into this second shade here. They do have names and I didn't know that. This was called Smoke, and the second shade I'm going into is called Enhance. So it's a beautiful gold, and I'm just going to tap that right here. Oh, so pretty. All the times I've used the palette, I've never realized the shades on the back. I think just on the inner portion, I'm going to go ahead and take this shade here called Prime. It's telling you what to do with them. I get it now. I'm slow sometimes. I'm not feeling the best today. One of the things I really like to do with this palette is to do like a liner, and I think I did this in another video that I did. I don't even know how long ago it's been now. I feel like it was kind of recent, but I don't remember when. But I like to take these deeper colors and do that. So I think I'm going to do that today. I like to take just an angled brush, and this is a ColourPop brush, and it's super angled, and I like it a lot. So I'm going to go into this shade here called Deep Dive. And I'm going to just kind of start here on this lash line. And one of the best things about doing your eyes first is that you can take your makeup wipe and just kind of clean up the lines and the edges. So nice. So it just gives you a nice line, and then I just pat it with my finger a little bit so it's not super harsh. And then I'm gonna leave the eyes alone for a minute and move on to the face. So for the face, I am just going to use a little bit of this Fix Plus. This isn't like an all-time favorite or anything. I do like it though, just to kind of like spray on my face and kind of give just a little bit more pliability, hydration, I guess, when I'm getting ready to put primer on. So I do like to use this. And then this is one of my new favorite primers. Ever since I got it, I can't put it down. The Fenty Hydrating Primer. I love this primer. It's so good. You may have seen it. I don't know how many videos I've used Fenty in lately, and you know, I'm not sorry for it because I love it. But it is a favorite. And I'm going to be this extra, and I'm going to use my Touch and Soul Icy Sherbet Primer. And this is just going to go for my pores, because this really, really fills in my pores. Looks like this. So I just put a little in the T-zone. And just kind of press it in the T-zone. So I hydrated my skin because I'm going to use a matte foundation. I've been using that little combination of either hydration with my primer and then mattification with my foundation, or the opposite, mattification with my primer and hydration with my foundation. So today this is the one I have grabbed for the absolute most lately. This is the Nars Soft Matte. I have two shades. I have Gobi, which is light 3, and then I have Patagonia, which is medium 1.2. So I have found a nice little mixture if I mix the two. This is just a little too deep, and this one of course is too light. So if I mix the two, I have a nice little mixture going. So I do take Patagonia and I put a little bit here, and a little goes a long way with this. So do that, and then just a tiny bit of Gobi in there. Oh, I thought I had it upside down. So you can see the two there. And then I just take a brush and just kind of mix them together on the back of my hand. Gives me a nice little mixture. And then I like to just kind of apply it with that brush too. I don't like to waste my product, so I will wipe it all on my face. My sponge I'm using today is my Nakia Joy sponge. I love this sponge, so I'm just going to pat this around. I love the coverage. I love the finish. I think it's beautiful. Moving on to concealer. I have two to show you because I like to mix concealers. This Kimchi the Most concealer, I've talked about this in a lot of videos. This is nothing new. You probably are like, yeah, we know. But then this Rare Beauty concealer, I'm loving this. My only complaint is the shade on it. I got it a little too deep. It's a little yellow, but that's okay. So I put down the Rare Beauty, and then I go in with Kimchi. Rare Beauty, I have the shade 180W, and in Kimchi, I have light beige. And for under the eye, I just like to focus it on this inner corner, and then I blend. Now, I just want to say you don't have to mix those. You can use either one on their own, and they have great coverage, and it's very beautiful. I only mix them for color, and I like to. For powder, this is my new favorite powder. I love this, the Nakia Joy setting powder. Oh my gosh. First of all, it smells so good. But I'm going to show you exactly what it does. I'm going to give you a close-up of what it does. So I'm pretty smooth already, but I just want you to see. I dip my sponge in to the powder. Okay, do you see how airbrushed this looks? So airbrushed. It's ridiculous. It's like, it's magic in a powder. It really is. I just absolutely love it. So, perfection. I love that powder. Okay, so I do have a cream bronzer to share with you. The Tower 28 Bronzino in West Coast is so, so pretty. Here's a swatch of it. So pretty. It does have like a shimmer in it. When I say shimmer, I don't mean like glitter. It's just very glowy. It's a glowy product. It's not matte. So, with that said, I'm going to take the end of my beauty blender, well, Nakia Joy sponge, and I'm going to just start dabbing there. And so that's what I like to do. That's how I like to apply these products. So I'll just tap in, tap a little on the back of my hand, and then just go for it. I did that over powder, but it just gives the nicest iridescence there. So pretty. But I love these Tower 28 Bronzinos, and I love their blushes as well. They're so, so good. I've been using both. Love them. You can use both over powder, and they are great. Next, I'm going to use the Melt. This is the Cream Blush Light. Here's the shade. It's called Honey Thief. I'll give you a swatch. There's a swatch. So pretty. And I'm going to do the same thing with this as I did with the bronzer, except I'm going to dip with like the back of the sponge. See how I got it on the back? And then I just kind of, I get on the back and then dab it, and then dab on my face. I don't want to deposit like a huge amount of product when I first go in. That's why I dab at the back of my hand. Like I just did. So here is my blush, my cream blush. So pretty. I love that shade. But just to kind of set everything, this will dry to a powder. I mean, like, it's not sticky at all. But just to kind of set everything, because I'm oily and I like to, I'm going to use my Tarte Park Ave Princess bronzer. I only have like a sample size of this. I need to purchase a big one, but I have so many. I find it hard to do. So, you know, when I have a small one, you know, so maybe when I run out, I'll get the big one. But I love this. It's so good. And I'm just going to kind of like set that bronzer and put a little on my nose where I didn't before. Here's my bronzer brush. So just put a little. And then to set my blush, I'm just going to go into my Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Blush Palette. Love this palette. And I am going to probably mix these two here. This one has a little bit of shimmer in it. It'd be perfect if it didn't have shimmer. Maybe I'll do the shimmer. Why not? Let's do shimmer. So let's do Soleil right here. And then I just like to take my sponge and go over top of it and just kind of tone it down a little bit, because I did put a lot of blush on. My favorite highlight at the moment is from Ofra. This is the Milk and Cookies highlighter. So pretty. There's two different ones. I mixed the two. so pretty. Okay, let's do my brows really quick. I am absolutely loving this Benefit Micro Brow Filling Pen. It's so good. I use the shade Deep Brown. It has like little prongs. So what I do is I just take my spoolie and spoolie through. And then I take this and then just kind of flick it through. So once I get that through there, I'll go and take my spoolie again and just kind of comb through, just make it a little softer. Then I can use the Goof Proof or I can use the Precisely My Brow. I prefer Precisely My Brow just because it's a smaller pencil, but Goof Proof will work too. And I also use the shade 4 in this. And I just like to clean them up on the bottom. I like the brow blade as well, the Urban Decay brow blade, but the micro brow pen, I just feel like it just makes it a little bit quicker and you know, gets the job done a little bit faster. To set them, I've really been liking the Benefit 24-hour brow setter just because it sets everything in place and like they don't move. So I'm going to use this. Okay, so I put that through and I'm gonna leave it alone. I may take the pencil back through it just a little bit just to kind of fill in any sparse areas, but they look pretty good. So back to Natasha Denona. I'm gonna go into this shade here called Sundown. I'm running this along the bottom lash line. I'm going to take a little bit of this from the Charlotte Tilbury palette, this deep brown, and just put that on the outer corner here. I mean, this may be a shock to some and it may not be to others, but my Victoria Beckham Satin Casual Liner in Cocoa is what I'm going to use to line my waterline. Alright, so for mascara, I have been loving my Benefit, their Real Magnet Mascara. But another one that I've been loving too is my Tarte Surfer Curl. This is such a good mascara. I love the length and volume that I get from it, and it's just such a good mascara, and I just really love it. So I'm going to use the Surfer Curl today and let you guys see it. So here's the Tarte mascara. I love it. I think it's so pretty. These are always my better lashes, so don't judge these, judge these. I'm going to take just a little bit of my highlighter. Just on the lightest side, I'm going to highlight my brow bone. And inner corner. Now, let's do lips and we'll be done. I can't talk today. I'm just all over the place. So one of my favorite high-end lip liners, and I don't have a lot of high-end lip liners. I just don't buy high-end all that much for that. You just go through them too fast. But I did splurge a little bit on KKW. They're actually not super expensive, but they're high-end. So I like the KKW lip liner in Nude 0.5. And I got this little set of mini liquid lipsticks from Ofra, and I really like their formula. This is Sao Paulo, I think. So it's a very light nude. So I got that on, and I'm going to take the Ofra lip gloss in the shade Rodeo Drive. And it just gives a nice glossy lip. And so here's the finished product of my full face of high-end favorites. I am loving all these things I used on my face today. I am absolutely just, I can't get enough. They are all so good. I love the foundation. I love the primer. I love it all. It's my favorites for a reason. So if you are an oily person like me, you'll love the foundation, trust me. And I'm super impressed with so many products that are higher end, and like I said, drugstores where it's at too, but sometimes high end has some good stuff too. So I just love it. I think that my face looks really good and flawless, and the Touch and Soul primer really makes my pores so minimized. If you're looking for one for that, that is the primer. One thing I almost forgot is the Benefit Professional Super Setter. I want to use this as my setting spray today. The mist on this is so fun. It's so nice. I'm almost done with it. Getting to the very end, and I'm gonna have to get the bigger version because it's just that good. It's just really nice to set everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed my high-end favorite. If you have high-end favorites you want to share with me, I would be so happy to know your high-end favorites. Maybe it's something I haven't tried. Maybe it's something in my collection I'm not utilizing that I should try. Who knows? So you know, maybe it's just a hidden gem to me. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I appreciate you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.